I think tonight's game, and I've gone a roundabout way to getting to it on the Bears side, is amazing theater. And Chris alluded to it. Not because we like to watch people fail on television, but we do like to watch people fail on television. I am rooting for the Bears to not fail because I really do like Matt Eberflus on a personal level, and a lot of people in that building in Lake Forest on a personal level. But it's really hard to put into words how bad it is there right now and how things snowball. Not how bad it is like everyone hates each other. That's not what I mean. But it's gotten to a point in Chicago. And if you go 35,000-foot view in Chicago, Cubs flamed out last week of the playoffs. It was bad. Or the last week of the regular season. You had your Brant Brown moment in right field. I mean, it was just awful, right? They missed the playoffs. White Sox are a mess. They've spent all the money. They've torn it down. They got rid of La Russa. And you know what's happened there. They're probably going to have to tear it down, get rid of some of their big names. White Sox fans are apoplectic as well. So you have those two. And then you have the Bears. It is, no matter how much the Cubs and White Sox and Bulls do well or do poorly, and same goes for the Blackhawks, it is and will always be a Bears town. Period. Full stop. Bears town. And that's not because I'm an NFL sycophant. It's because it's the truth. All right. I used to live and work there. I used to work in that building. I used to be the Bears sideline reporter many years ago. Different administration. Dave Wanstead administration back in the 90s. Okay. But it is always a Bears town. An 85 Bear will never pay for a meal in Chicago. Ever. They are royalty. They are untouchable. Every Bears team is trying to match that. Period. Bears, Bears, Bears. Everybody thinks that if Matt Eberflus, I've heard Peter King say it, Mike Florio wrote about it on Pro Football Talk today. Well, if it goes badly tonight for the Bears, and it is national TV, as opposed to local TV, you always say, hey, we're on national TV. Everything's national TV these days. You can watch anything on your phone, okay? If the Bears lose their 15th straight game, it's 14 right now, 14 straight. If they lose their 15th straight game, people think, well, Matt Eberflus is out tonight. He's not. I'll tell you right now, he's not getting fired tonight. He isn't. If they make it 15 in a row, he is not out tonight. Because I ask you kindly, in your free time, to go to chicagobears.com and pull up the coaching staff. You tell me who the replacement is on that staff with 2/3 of the season, 3/4 of the season still remaining. Can anyone name me the replacement? It isn't going to be Luke Getsy. I like Luke a lot, but clearly the offense isn't working, so you're not going to give it to the offensive coach. Alan Williams, the defensive coach. He's gone. That story is yet to be unpacked publicly, but he is not there. So who is it going to be? I'll tell you right now, there is no interim replacement on this coaching staff. There simply isn't one. And a little historical perspective. The Chicago Bears, in their proud history, this is year 104 of the NFL, have never fired a coach in season with the McCaskies running it. It's never happened. It will not happen. Luke Steckel's kid isn't taking over. Okay? It's not happening. I would love to see David Walker. First of all, I don't want to see who's fired, but like David Walker, Syracuse legend, right? He's the running backs coach, Chris. Would he be the guy? There isn't a choice there. And if you get rid of Eberflus, now you're down your head coach and your DC. Who's calling your defense? It's not going to happen. I also don't think the Bears are going to win tonight. Their secondary is a disaster with injuries. They're not going to win tonight on a short week on the road. It's just not going to happen. They are going to lose their 15th consecutive game. And then we are going to get tomorrow morning to this question. Can they beat the Vikings or the Raiders in the next 2 weeks to avoid losing 17 in a row over 2 seasons? Look at the schedule. Can they? Their last victory came on October 24 of 2022, a week before Halloween a year ago. I'm going to tell you right now, I think they lose 17 straight games. And I think they lose a full season worth of games over 2 years. I think they do it. Over a calendar year.
Yeah, you just look at that schedule and you wonder where a win is coming from. If Carolina hadn't already given Chicago their pick for next year, that was it, week 10 against Carolina would be the Caleb Williams Bowl, but the Bears already have it. So it doesn't really matter if they win or lose that game. It's kind of bleak. It's tough. Adam's a Bears fan. I know a lot of Bears fans. So do you. Everybody here does. It's rough. I can't imagine watching a game on Sunday knowing you're not going to win. You have no chance.
Except last week they did, and that's the problem. You're not getting blown out and giving up 50, but you are giving up 25. Here's another fun one. During the losing streak, they have allowed 25 points in every single game, and you have a defensive head coach.
Oh, that's crazy.
14 games in a row.
Inexcusable.
25 points in every one of those games. Here's another one. They have lost their last 10 games in which they have held a lead. So they blew the huge lead. What was it, 21-0, whatever it was.
It was 28-7.
28-7.
Against
All right, a
Denver.
21-point lead to Russell Wilson, Sean Payton, and the Broncos, who had given up 70 the week before. They were up 21, and they lost that lead. It marked the 10th time during this losing streak that they have held a lead and blown it. I mean, not only are they losing, they're ripping the hearts out of their fans while losing. But he is not getting fired. Famous last words, maybe he's fired tomorrow. Anyway, I digress.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.